Hey everyone, and welcome to What Did I Miss? Where today I'm looking ahead to the 8th episode of the 3rd season of Discovery, titled The Sanctuary. After the last episode, it looks like Discovery and Michael Burnham are hot on the trail of getting some real information about the cause of the burn. Being given all the data of the SB-19 project from the president of Navarre, the new Vulcan and Romulan planet, the crew can now cross-reference data that Starfleet did not have access to with the data that Burnham has gathered in the past year. I'm guessing that Starfleet will now be supportive of their efforts since Admiral Vance himself said a couple episodes ago that the only way they would find anything new was if they were given knowledge that Starfleet did not have the past 120 years, which is the data from Navarre. Here, I will first play the trailer from the episode and then go over the sneak peek scene as well. Also, since I took some heat in the comments for my last video about my opinion of the episode, Unification 3, I want to briefly address that at the end of this video, so if you don't care, you don't have to watch it, but if you want to stick around for that, do so. But first, let's watch the trailer for next week's episode of Discovery, The Sanctuary.
This is where the burn started.
So we have a point of origin.
Something or someone is definitely sending it.
Philippa?
That's weird, scientifically speaking.
I'm about to do something that might get us both killed.
Did you mean what you said?
I want in. I can face anything.
So the trailer starts with Stamets, Tilly, Sru, and Adira discussing the burn, and it looks like Adira found the source of the burn, which is no doubt where the ship will be heading soon. We get a shot of the ship firing what looks like a beam onto a planet, but I don't think this has to do with the burn. I think that is involved in a scene a bit later. Before the scene cuts, we are seeing a shot of Stamets looking at the screen that says Combined Signal Distortion. This may be the biggest clue yet as to the cause of the burn, because it may confirm that a signal was sent out over subspace to ignite dilithium across the universe. I will be putting a burn theory video out in the next few days that ties directly into this, so hit the bell and subscribe button if you want to be notified when that comes out. We also get a shot of Dr. Culber and Pollard looking at Georgiou, and she seems to be out of phase for a bit, or perhaps the scan is being scrambled somehow. We can see from the display that they're looking at her brain, but seem to also be doing a full body scan. I also have a theory about what is going on with Georgiou, but since the sneak peek is all about her, I will save it for when I discuss that in a few minutes. But we then get a shot of Lieutenant Detmer flying Book's ship with Rin, the Andorian we met a couple episodes ago, who seems to be part of Book's crew now, and apparently Grudge has taken to him. The next scene is really telling, as we see Burnham fighting off some people in a forest, presumably with Book. There is a shot of her firing a weapon that is definitely not Starfleet issue into a person that is definitely not an Orion. So what I think is happening here is they are helping Book save some more transworms and fighting off poachers on the planet. Next, we see Discovery over a planet next to another spaceship, which I'm guessing belongs to Asira, the head of the Emerald Chain in this sector, who I believe we get a shot of as well. We also see Book and Burnham on the planet with some aliens, and once again, Book is using his ability to communicate with them. In the last episode, when Burnham arrived on Book's ship, he was using his power and looked to be using a communication device, so I wonder if he was getting a call at the time about an issue on the planet that we saw him go to in the first episode, which causes the crew to travel there and may be the sanctuary that the episode is titled after. It looks like the Emerald Chain are there too and firing on the planet to destroy them. But that was my thoughts on the trailer. Let me know what I missed, and if you have any thoughts in the comments below. Next, I'll go over the sneak peek preview, but again, I can't show that because of copyright restrictions. So what I'll do is I'll show the frames of the trailer, but basically the whole thing is about Georgiou and Dr. Culber, and I wouldn't be surprised if the scene precedes the scene we see in the trailer of her being in sickbay and getting examined. Dr. Culber is trying to get her to accept help, and she seems to be doing everything in her power to get him to back off, which of course he will not do. There are definitely a few good one-liners from two of the sharpest tongues on the show, and if I had to guess, I don't think Dr. Culber is going to get her to accept help, but she will eventually collapse again and the crew will be forced to help her. In regard to what is going on with Georgiou, at first my theory was that she was going through PTSD after realizing all of her loss. But now I think that maybe in her interaction with Starfleet intelligence that they were able to alter her in some way, perhaps removing the part of her physiology that made Terrans so much different than humans. I heard an interesting theory that she may be a robot or a hologram, but I don't know why Starfleet would do that unless they want her to be under deep cover for some reason. But you let me know, what did I miss? Do you have a theory that I did not touch on here? Let me know in the comments. In all honesty, the video that I said I'm putting together about a theory about the burn started with somebody bringing up the topic in the comments, and I will for sure give that person credit when my video is complete. So if I use anything you put in the comments, you may see your theory and name on a future video of mine. Speaking of comments, as I mentioned earlier, my last video got a good amount of hateful comments simply because I did not overly enjoy it, or at least that's what I believe. I just want to say that anything I say is my opinion, and I would never attack anything or anyone over their views of a fantasy show. I just hope that anyone who watches this will extend to me the same courtesy going forward. I usually don't delete comments, but I had to delete with some of them from the last video. Again, I don't think what I said was that harsh, but there were plenty of people that took it very harshly. So just going forward, let's just keep everything civil. Thank you very much. I appreciate each and every person that views, likes, comments, and subscribes to my videos. And while we may not always agree, I hope that at least we can be respectful with one another. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time on What Did I Miss?